Thibaut Courtois was right about David Raya, but nobody listened.
In by Tonali! Burn! Then Botman!
And yet, there was a time when people genuinely questioned whether Raya should even be Arsenal's number one.
Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has warned Ramsdale's number one spot is not safe after the signing of David Raya. I don't like this, you know.
One man never doubted him. In late 2025, Thibaut Courtois, Champions League winner, one of the most respected goalkeepers of his generation, named Raya among the best in the world, right alongside Jan Oblak and Alisson Becker. And at the time, a lot of fans raised an eyebrow because Raya wasn't the loudest name. He wasn't the glamorous signing. When Arsenal brought him in from Brentford in 2023, the debate around Aaron Ramsdale nearly swallowed the whole story.
The clubs, when the two goalkeepers are equal, it's normally because they're not good enough.
But while everyone was arguing, Raya was just performing. 43 clean sheets in his first 100 Arsenal appearances, a Golden Glove, 6 consecutive away clean sheets, only the second goalkeeper in Premier League history to do it, and this season still leading the league. His composure on the ball, his positioning, his ability to make the difficult look completely routine, it's quietly become one of the most important foundations of everything Arsenal do under Arteta. So the real question was never whether David Raya is elite. The real question is, how did he get here? And why did it take so long for the world to see what Courtois already knew? This is why Thibaut Courtois was right about David Raya long before everyone else realised it. To understand why Thibaut Courtois rated David Raya so highly, you need to start with one simple truth. Raya didn't arrive at the top through hype. He arrived through repetition. There were no wonder kid headlines or blockbuster teenage transfers, just years of quietly building the exact toolkit that elite football now values most in a goalkeeper. Born on September 15th, 1995 in Barcelona, Raya came through Cornella, but here's the part most people skip over, and it explains so much about how he plays. Before any of the professional stuff, Raya was playing futsal on local courts, half the time as an outfield player, because nobody wanted to go in goal. Classic. But those hours in tight spaces, reading movement, using his feet under pressure, that quietly became the foundation of everything. You watch Raya now, stroking passes through a high press like he's got all the time in the world. That's where it started. In 2011, aged 16, he moved to Blackburn Rovers. A teenage goalkeeper leaving Barcelona for English football isn't a gentle adjustment. Different language, different culture, completely different tempo. Then Blackburn sent him on loan to Southport in the National League in 2014. And this is where it gets interesting. Southport was survival football in its rawest form. First game, lost 3-0. Barely knew his teammates, many were part-time. Raya later said he owed Southport enormously. What they gave him was something no training ground can simulate, the ability to cope when everything around you is chaos. From there he made his Blackburn debut in April 2015, became their cornerstone, and started 45 league games in a promotion campaign, where they racked up 96 points. Then Brentford signed him for £3 million in July 2019, and what looked like a smart championship move was actually one of the clearest examples of a club seeing where football was heading before everyone else did. Under Thomas Frank, Raya wasn't just keeping balls out of the net, he was a deep-lying playmaker in gloves. In 2020-2021, he attempted 300 more passes than any other goalkeeper in the Championship. That's not a quirky stat, that's an identity. In his 2 seasons there, 49 appearances, 16 clean sheets, then 48 appearances, 17 clean sheets, and Brentford reached the Premier League for the first time in 74 years. By 2022-23 in the Premier League, Raya led all goalkeepers with 154 saves and a 77% save percentage. Analysts were already paying very close attention. So when people talk about Raya emerging at Brentford, here's what that actually means. It wasn't that he suddenly learned how to play football. He'd already been through the hard edges of English football, survived Southport, delivered a promotion season, and refined his game over years. What Brentford did was take all of that and place it inside a system that amplified every single part of it. The futsal background explains the feat, Southport explains the resilience, Blackburn explains the evolution. So by the time Arsenal came calling, David Raya wasn't a gamble or a punt or a project. He was a goalkeeper who had been building, layer by layer, quietly, without the fanfare, into exactly the player elite coaches recognise immediately. The public took a while to catch up. The coaches already knew. When David Raya arrived at Arsenal in August 2023, the reception wasn't exactly a standing ovation, it was more like a collective why-though. Arsenal signed him from Brentford on an initial loan with an option to buy. A deal that eventually became a permanent transfer the following summer for around £27 million total. But nobody was really arguing about the money. They were arguing about Aaron Ramsdale. Ramsdale had just been Arsenal's goalkeeper through a genuine title race. Popular, passionate, the kind of player fans connect with emotionally, the sort who punches the air and makes you feel like he actually cares. So when Arteta started phasing Raya in early in the 2023-24 season, the internet did what the internet does. Debates everywhere. Why replace him? Why fix something that isn't broken? Here's why. Arteta wasn't just picking a goalkeeper, he was picking a system. If you watch Arsenal carefully, you'll notice something. The goalkeeper isn't the last line of defence, he's the first line of possession. Arteta wants Arsenal building in structured phases from the back, centre-backs splitting wide, a midfielder dropping to receive, full-backs adjusting their height based on pressure. And in that shape, the goalkeeper has to be a genuine decision-maker, not just a shot-stopper waiting for something to happen. Raya's profile fit that idea almost perfectly. By March 9th, 2026, he'd attempted 884 passes in the Premier League that season, completing 66% of them. For a goalkeeper, that's not just distribution, that's active participation in how the team functions. He'd also attempted 453 long passes in the same campaign, because when teams press Arsenal aggressively, Raya becomes the escape route, picking out a teammate over the top of the press and making the whole thing pointless. You spend 20 minutes setting up a high press and Raya just pings it over your head. Painful. And then there's his positioning. Raya regularly stands several metres outside his box when Arsenal hold a high defensive line, sweeping up through balls before attackers can even sniff them. Without that, one well-timed lofted pass turns a controlled Arsenal performance into a full panic station at the back. Arteta didn't choose Raya because he was flashy. He chose him because his skill set solved specific tactical problems. Of course, tactical theory means nothing until the scoreboard backs it up. It backed it up. By 2024-25 season, Raya won the Premier League Golden Glove, most clean sheets in the league. That award alone changed the entire tone of the conversation. Across his first 100 Premier League appearances for Arsenal, he recorded 43 clean sheets. And in 2025-26, as of March 9th, he's played 13 league games, kept 14 clean sheets, the highest total in the league at that stage, and conceded just 22 goals. Not loud, not theatrical, just relentlessly consistent. But the stat that quietly tells you everything: at one point, Raya became only the second goalkeeper in Premier League history to keep clean sheets in 6 consecutive away matches. Away games, hostile crowds, unpredictable momentum, and the occasional VAR delay, where everyone just stands around pretending the lines on the screen mean something. 6 straightaway clean sheets isn't fortune, that's control. He didn't win people over overnight, to be fair. Every misplaced pass felt like evidence. Every goal conceded reopened the debate. But gradually, something quiet happened. The mistakes became rare, the distribution stayed calm, the positioning stayed sharp, and Arsenal's defensive structure just kept getting more and more solid around him. He wasn't winning the argument by talking, he was winning it by playing. In late 2025, Thibaut Courtois, one of the greatest goalkeepers on the planet, was asked to name the best in the world. His list: Jan Oblak, Alisson, Becker, David Raya. Courtois even joked about leaving himself off. But the line that landed was simple: I really like David Raya. When a goalkeeper of Courtois' level says that, it isn't small talk. Goalkeepers see the position differently to everyone else. The positioning, the timing, the way someone reads danger before it even develops. Things most fans miss entirely. Courtois saw all of it in Raya. That wasn't hype, that was recognition from someone who genuinely knows. And now, with the Golden Glove won, 14 clean sheets this season, and Arsenal's entire defensive structure built around him, something funny has happened. The decision that once sparked endless debate, it now sounds completely obvious. And today, the debate around David Raya feels very different. The clean sheets are stacking up. The distribution is shaping Arsenal's build-up. And the calm presence behind the defence has become one of the foundations of the team. So when Thibaut Courtois said he really liked David Raya and placed him among the best goalkeepers in the world, it wasn't hype, it was recognition. And now, the rest of the football world is finally catching up.